Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachab Kodesh. Double honors unto the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. The elders of Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, serving Him with sincerity. Yeah, so coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Slug. This lesson, of course, is from newsbreak.com. It says a gigantic new ICBM will take U.S. nuclear missiles out of the Cold War era, but add 21st century risk. Yeah, and we already know, man, as we keep on moving on, of course, we're in these modern day times where, obviously technology keeps advancing, military weaponry keeps advancing. You see how these other nations, they're coming up with new missiles and just new weapons, right? New weapons just for the sole purpose of war. All of that is prophecy within the scriptures. The scriptures prophesy, of course, about World War III. And the scriptures prophesy about a nuclear destruction that will take place in Babylon the Great, which is America. But to read this article, it says, the control stations for America's nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles have a sort of 1980s retro look, with computer panels of seafoam green, bad lighting, chunky control switches, including a critical one that says launch. Those underground capsules are about to be demolished, and the missile silos they control will be completely overhauled. A new nuclear missile is coming, a gigantic ICBM called the Sentinel. It's the largest cultural shift in the land leg of the Air Force's nuclear missile mission in 60 years. But there are questions as to whether some of the Cold War era aspects of the Minuteman missiles that the Sentinel will replace should be changed, making the silo launch missile more modern, with complex software and 21st century connectivity across a vast network, may also mean it's more vulnerable. The Sentinel will need to be protected or well protected from cyber attacks, while its technology will have to cope with frigid winter temperatures in the western states where the silos are located. So it goes on to say, the $96 billion Sentinel overhaul involves 450 silos across 5 states, their control centers, 3 nuclear missile bases, and several other testing facilities. The project is so ambitious as raised questions as to whether the Air Force can get it all done at once. And hey, at the end of the day, the Lord, whatever the Lord wants, man, He's gonna allow it to happen. If the Lord wants even even more powerful ICBM to basically be the standard amongst the whole world, every country basically adopts this new technology of ICBM, of what happened. Because we already know, when we get Isaiah 9 and 5, we already know that this battles currently nowadays are fought by nuclear war or nuclear weapons, right? Or really that's really the final ultimate. That's basically the final part of a war. If you might have your guns and stuff and blah blah blah, your tanks rolling by. But hey, their current's close with the missiles. So it says Isaiah 9 and 5, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Yeah, so currently the battle, the modern day battles are fought with nuclear missiles, man. Of course, but we're not using swords, and we're not using none of that like back in the ancient times. Now, of course, these countries are using nuclear weapons. So get them real quick. Revelation 11 and 14, it says, the second woe is past, which is World War II. It says, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Yeah, and the third woe, of course, is World War III. And that third woe cometh quickly, because we already know World War II passed, It was kind of a long time ago, but wasn't really that long of a time ago when you when you put it in relative terms. But it says the third woe cometh quickly. Because the time we're in right now, World War III is literally on the horizon. We see how these other nations are creating alliances with each other, disbanding themselves from America. Tensions are rising. Jeremiah 50:9. It says, For lo, I'll raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. Yeah, and those great nations are, the great nations from the north country is the Russian Federation, and that north country is Russia. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. Yeah, because Russia, as well as these other nations, will literally set themselves in array against America, creating alliances. And once the time comes to shoot the missiles, they will team up with one another to unleash the nuclear arsenal, man, on the soils of America. And all that's prophesied within the scriptures. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Yeah, those arrows, Jeremiah, of course, he was using the best terms he could use, right? Obviously, Jeremiah's not going to say a nuclear missile. So you got to put this in modern day terms. The modern day arrow is a nuclear missile. Because it would make no sense for a traditional bow and arrow to be able to completely destroy a country. Obviously, that arrow is symbolic for a nuclear missile. And when you think about a missile, man, the modern day nuclear missile is nothing but just a highly upgraded, basically, arrow that's, designed to explode. So as we can read, it says, the arrow should be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Jeremiah 51:11. And going back to this article, the point. So what? This new nuclear missile is being formed, right? It's being created. This new technology of ICBM. And who knows if these other nations already have this technology. America just finally catching up. But it goes to show you a war is coming, man. And even though Babylon and Gray, America and whatever, is trying to defend against this inevitable nuclear war that would take place. The scriptures prophesy that America will be destroyed. So it's nothing that America can do in order to stop itself from being destroyed. Esau can prevent America from being destroyed. And what happened? Why? Because the scripture says it. It's prophecy. So the article says, nuclear modernization was delayed, skimming down a little bit, was delayed for years because the United States deferred spending on new missiles, bombers, and submarines in order to support the post-9/11 wars overseas. Now everything is getting modernized at once. The Sentinel work is one leg of a larger nuclear weapons enterprise-wide $750 billion overhaul that is replacing almost every component of U.S. nuclear defenses, including new stealth bombers, submarines, ICBMs, and the country's largest nuclear weapons program since the Manhattan Project. So we understand, man, we're at that time of war. You got articles like this coming out. You got to think about it. Why would America be planning on making just completely overhauling their nuclear technology? Because again, tensions are rising, man. Every country knows that a war is literally right around the corner. That's why they're spending so much money making alliances and preparing for this war that will come. Getting Revelation chapter 17 and 12, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Yeah, of course, we know that the beast is the EU and NATO. And the ten kings, of course, are really, the rest of the European nations. So it goes on to say, verse 13, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And that Lamb, of course, you see the capital L, that's speaking about Yahweh Shai, the word ignorantly called Jesus, because we understand, of course, Yahweh Shai, he's coming back in the midst of War 3. The scriptures say how Yahweh Shai, he's coming back with a fire kindled in the earth, meaning literally war and stuff is going to be popping off, man. Hell is going to be breaking loose when Yahweh Shai comes back. And what the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back to deliver his people and to literally to take down these other nations, man. To deliver his people, the Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel, and to put in complete subjection and to completely destroy the rulership of these other nations, man. All other nations will be subject under Yahweh Shai. And they understand that. They understand Yahweh Shai is coming back to conquer, to put the earth back in its righteous state with the Israelites ruling. So that's why they're going to try to make war with the Lamb and against the heavenly angels that Yahweh Shai will come back with. But it says, and the Lamb shall overcome them. Yeah, they won't be able to do nothing. Verse 15, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Because when you look at America, you got people with all, different sorts of nationalities that dwell here. You got Indians and what so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese, so-called, everything, right? Because the other nations look at America, or that look is starting to slowly diminish. America being that dream place to go to and that golden city, right? But of course, this place is looked at as the top. Everyone wants to go to America to live it up, to live that American dream. That's why you got all sorts of people from these other nations coming to America. That's why it's known as. That's why it says peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, because you got people from other nations, a lot, all sorts of people from other nations dwelling in this land. It's not only just Edomites, which are the main population of America. You also got a lot of people from other nations that are here. It says, verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Yeah, because the other nations will turn their back against America to destroy it. For the Most High hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. Exactly. So the Lord has put it in these other nations' hearts. As you can see, for the Lord hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. So this goes to prove how literally the Lord is making this happen, man. The Lord controls everything. And the Lord wants the War 3 to happen. Yahweh Bashim Shai is putting the spirit in these other nations, rising up tensions, stirring up conflicts, just so that this war can take place. And, America trying to build this new ICBM gigantic missile. It's literally just the Lord putting it in their hearts to do so. And whatever these other nations are doing, it might be in secret. The Lord is watching, and the Lord is making them do all that, man. It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High should be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, because America has, of course, power over these other nations. And that woman, that whore, that great city is America, as known as Babylon the Great. So Jeremiah 51:11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields, the Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spear of the kings of the Medes. Yeah, the Medes being the Russians. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. Because all the iniquity and harm that America has caused on the planet Earth and to the Israelites, right? We already know that America was, it's a lot of blood within this land. It's a lot of blood within America. Of course, our people have been brought here as slaves. Esau came here, completely destroyed the so-called Native Americans, Latinos, which are Israelites, or the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. And he brought the southern kingdom to the soils of America. We went through complete hell, man. And we're suffering onto this day. That's why the Lord's coming back to destroy this place. And also the many things that America is doing around the world, completely destroying the world, man. Pushing, wicked philosophies. Pollution. Hey, man, all of that, the Lord's making account of it. And that's why the Lord's coming back and literally putting, the spear in these other nations to destroy America. And as well, when Yahweh Shah comes back and, the chariots, the chariots are going to be shooting that, high concentrated fire upon Babylon the Great. Go ahead and read 2nd Ezra chapter 13. But yeah, I believe that's the point. This article, it's again, it goes to show you, we're literally, man, closer than ever to World War III. So, Lord's will you brothers out there edified. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakura, Shalom.